So one of the ongoing motifs to the radio, one of the ongoing motifs to the radio show, one of the ongoing themes that we bring up, the plight, the objective, man, our own personal reasons for hanging around the dog for so long. 1994, I started the Yellow Submarine program at a private school for so I could be a submarine pilot to go back and forth between Fort Trumbull and the Long Island Underwater Sound Research Laboratories under the Long Island Sound. Um, it's there's a back then it was a research base under the Long Island Sound. Underwater there was a bunker 20 floors below sea level. It would go 20 floors below sea level. It was a bunker, a bunker 24 tube technologies, man, and will rule as two kings. Right, Lieutenant? That's right. He says that's right. Of course, his brain is the size of a marble, and he's made of feathers. Um, Beyond that, parrots are generally smarter than humans and predate dinosaurs. Lived through the extinction of dinosaurs somehow. No, they didn't disappear with the dinosaurs and come back later. They've been before dinosaurs, predate humans, predate dinosaurs, smarter than humans, brain the size of a marble made of fluff. I have one in a cage in the corner. So that's all the squeak tweets and things. No, but it was Bill Clinton stuff. 94 to 2001, I was destined to be a submarine pilot like a taxi. I would take scientists and scholars from the dock to the underwater sound research laboratories and under the sound, and then hang out for a while and take another trip back like a submarine taxi driver, a submersible taxi driver back and forth for a while, and I'd have a place to stay underwater, and I'd have a place to stay, near the dock, and that was going to be my job, until I was eligible for retirement. I think 50, 55, 65 or whatever, and that was going to be that, and the Bush Jr. Said it's going to be guns and bombs, Navy only, instead of science, research, and civilian, working on Connecticut's Atlantis, or somehow, the North Atlantic submarine, North Atlantic underwater space station, the North Atlantic Space Station. That's what it was. Yes, outside the sound of the ocean, something like what they have up in the stars there, outside the Earth's atmosphere, except under the ocean, similar to what they have under the Sound, but in the ocean. The North Atlantic Space Station. That's what it is. Connecticut Space Station, with many space stations underwater, submarines parking under the water, bringing science, research, and civilian. So besides that was the point, and then we get into congregation in the backyard. That was a PSA from 2006 to 2018, but it was a large chapter of my life, 1994 to early 2002, January 2002, I think is. So besides that, there was the Native American medicine woman that I lived with. She was born in 1898, and she passed away in 2006. In 2003, she bought me this Grateful Dead tapestry, so I still play the guitar that Jerry Garcia bought for me um, when a nameless blood-tied family member, Sugary Nameless, was in the band as a lesser-known member or an underground sound member. So I grew into it and was playing it on my own in '94, but I was learning music from him, theory and writing and listening skills and stuff, 90 to 95. So I've been playing since '94, but we'll say it's a 26-year-old. I've got 26 years experience on a 30-year-old guitar. It was built years before. You just picked it up at the store. It's nothing special. It's a miniature acoustic six string. Same old ditties on the same old six strings. More than a quarter century experience. Every show we do a little bit of guitar six. stop that before the Cowboy song actually turns on, so maybe just a little bit more before. We'd lick around money, they'd load it down. Southwestern cowboys all around. And soon after payday, my knees got weak. You know my uncle, he's as honest as me. And I'm as honest as any girl could be. 11, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1.